episode 28. How was EVO? And this is a bit where I mark my local record. And now let's just unmute my guests. Yeah, if you're wondering why, why I'm playing those title cards at the beginning and not now, is because in the past, every time I would play those themes, with the little theme tunes and stuff on YouTube, I'd get a copyright strike. Hence why the Marvel episode isn't up. Because it was a cool idea using that Beastie Boys theme, but it wasn't so great. Hold up, let me just unmute my guests. And here we go. Yo guys, what's up?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi.
Yes, we have Justin Xavier's seat.
I'm here. We're good.
Oh,
Sit down, fool.
you! Shut up, Bento! Curse you!
My apologies.
And like I said, today's show, how was EVO? But like I said, let's just begin the formalities for the benefit of those who've never seen the show before. I am General Skirmish. I am host of the show. I'm the one paying for the electricity. I'm the one that paid for this lighting setup. Yeah, nice, isn't it? So it's just basically an umbrella.
Oh yeah, you got new lights, haven't you?
Yeah, it's umbrella. Yeah, because the last 2 episodes I was in the dark. So yes, not 1 but 2.
All lights been spinning in the dark, son.
So now I look somewhat illuminated, and to my right we got the Goukifafa.
Don't know that kind of introduction, but yeah, okay,
Yes.
I'll deal with it.
And below me we have Yingah, and below me on the other side down there we got Justin from Birmingham. Right, mate?
Look at his face.
Anyway, sorry. I just think. Sorry. It's like I think because you're from Birmingham, which is like sort of the middle of the country, sort of middle of the road, I kind of should give you a middle of a road introduction. That was my logic, anyway.
I'm center stage, innit? I'm center stage.
Anyway, like I said, all my guests are returning, so there's no need for me to write out all these dumbass questions like, what was your origins as fighting games, your favourite characters? So we can just get straight to the point, and there's only one question on my mind, and who should we ask first then? Alright, stream, chat, who should we ask first? How their EVO was? Should we ask the Goukifafa? Should we ask Yingah, which I probably pronounced wrong, and everyone's going to grill me on it, or should we just ask Justin from Birmingham?
Yo, this is the
Yeah, I
stuff.
think Justin.
That's just him. Yeah, go on.
Oh, we can ask Kate. I don't know he went. Oh, wait, hold up. Do we see Justin? We got one Justin. We got one Matt. All right, we got 2 Justins. All right. So then, Justin, how was EVO then? You start.
Overall, it was pretty damn sick. Pretty damn sick. It was just the scale of it, man. It was so big. So many players.
Yeah,
there,
I noticed. It's like you just look at the numbers. You just think, holy.
And automatically, it just makes everything better because the hype is more hype.
Yeah, this is a good question because I'll be reading. I mean, you should never take stock on stupid YouTube comments, but it was like, oh, look at all that fake hype. So, was the hype fake?
The hype was 100% legit.
Yeah, it was,
It was real.
So,
No,
no,
yeah,
seriously, no, because
totally real.
no, but seriously, I was just thinking, were people really blowing over Smash? Because I remember when I was watching the stream, you just
People
heard
were
it.
the hell over Smash.
Yeah, there
At
was
the end of the last match, all we could hear was "One More Year" chanted over and over again, and I respected it.
No,
like
because I
crazy.
remember I was watching one other stream and you just hear the whoa, and I just had to switch over. And other people did that as well. I think it was like James sort of that did that, and it was like, whoa, what? It's like what went on? Because again, I just saw normal Smash, so. For real, people were going.
The room went absolutely insane multiple times. Justin Wong v Chris G especially, and Justin Wong right at the end. Like at the grand finals, everyone was absolutely insane. The hype was 100% real.
Yeah, everyone was rooting for Justin, but like it ended up being in the Sailors team, so it was cool. It was just way too hype. Like I was losing my voice after it as well, so it was like it was too much screaming going on.
Has nobody put up any footage of like crowd footage or whatever?
Yeah, there's loads of it.
There's tons of it. Hold up, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find some on the new Let's Play Tons of YouTube video version of TST because
Go on Arturo Sanchez's page, and he's got loads of moments of different shots of the crowd.
I got a bunch on my phone. The crowd, everything about it was.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is going on there? Dude, turn that off. That sounds. That literally sounds like I don't know. That sounds like a Monday night happy slapping. Seriously. Okay, moments. 8-bit. No, not Miles. Is not Miles 2101. No, wait, that was it. Arturo Sanchez.
Yep, FGC 7.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. I should just go straight ahead for that. But no, carry on, Justin, as I find that. So break it down. Actually, let's get some numbers in. How much did you spend, if you're too embarrassed to ask, to get there?
Oh.
Because obviously the reason why I didn't go there was because it was, literally CEO. I went for CEO for literally the price of going to EVO. Because literally, I was looking at all the prices to Vegas, and all the tickets were like over $1,000, whereas my budget for CEO was just basically 1,100 quid.
For us, do you want a grand total or do you want just hotel? Hotel and flight was 1,200 in total for us.
Really? What?
And we did it late.
Yeah,
we did it really late.
Okay, so okay. Darn. But that doesn't include everything else like the taxis to and from the venue. Actually, how far away from the airport to? Was it the Vegas? Was it the Paris? Was it? Because I think I paid about was it 25 quid or about $40 for my
cheaper than that.
All right. You just take a bus then or something like that?
No, we got a taxi, but it was like I think it's like $25 the first time.
Yeah.
Each way.
Whoa! Wow, that is mad. That is mad cheap. Okay, because again, I paid 40.
Four of us were staying in the same hotel, so if we went down together, it was a lot cheaper.
No homo.
Actually, that's a good question. You were bloody off the radar, man. It was like everybody else was tweeting like mad, but you just magically disappeared, Justin.
My Twitter game is poor. I've started using it as of EVO. My Twitter game is poor.
SIM cards are pricey.
That too. Yeah, we made a few mistakes. I definitely should have bought a SIM card, regardless of the price, because I wasn't going to be able to tweet anyway. Because I was watching O2 sending me all these messages about you've just spent £20 of your limit. You've just spent £40 of your limit.
Oh really?
And just sitting there thinking, strictly WhatsApp now, strictly WhatsApp. But lessons learned for next EVO, I guess.
Okay. But overall, how was? Again, going back to the original question. So how was EVO? I mean, from what I understand, you told me earlier that you ended up running your own pool or something like that.
But let's get to that later.
No, tell him. He's asking you now.
All right. Well, I guess there were just there's a lot of people there, and they were short judges at one point, and they did a judge call, so I went over to see if I could help. And some of the people there they had no experience whatsoever. I heard one guy just say, "No, I just really want to help you guys. I've never run a bracket before." I was like, "Damn, this is evil." But yeah, I said I run majors in the UK, and it was like cool, and like I ended up running Chris G's pool actually, which was pretty sick.
Whoa!
And then I thought it was all good. They asked just for someone to cover for about an hour while the guys went on break, and like I know how hard it is just running a bracket all day, so I jumped in to do kind of the 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock shift, I guess. And then at 4 o'clock when my Marvel pool started, no one was anywhere to be seen. There was like 10 people behind me asking for when their games were. So some next guy comes over with another bracket sheet, hands it to me, and runs off.
So what you're telling me is EVO is pretty much just like any other FGC event. I mean, okay, to be brutally honest, that's exactly what happened with me at CEO, because again, people running it are just the community themselves. Some of them have literally got it together, some of them don't, but the majority, but when I was at CEO, generally speaking, I didn't have a problem, especially since I had conflicting pools. When the pool for dive kick, which I was playing, was at the same time as Injustice, and I was constantly running back and forth. But as long as I informed my judge, I had no problem switching back and forth. Did you suffer a similar problem? Were any of your pools sort of conflicting at the same time?
Dive kick it seemed to be a lot of people were playing dive kick at the same time.
Yeah, but that's a side game. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, but they had the guidebook app which Yingah showed me like just before,
so good.
and that was amazing. It had times for all your pools, and the exact location of where everything was. So it was still fairly easy to keep a track of where you was meant to be. And as long as you kind of let your judges know what was going on, everything was cool.
Yeah, that's how I kept track of the UK players as well, because Big Willie made a spreadsheet with all the European players that he knew and the bracket names. So with the app, you can set reminders on it, which is like a set reminder half an hour before it's due to start. Yeah. So I just found the group, set as a reminder, and it's like 30 minutes to go until J7 starts. And I was like, who's at J7? Oh, it's Aliyun or someone. And I was like, ah, sick. So I know when, to support the European guys, I suppose. The app is really good. I was quite surprised.
I think every tournament needs something like that, and on that kind of scale at least, or anywhere near it. Any major would find that a little bit useful.
It is really good.
Okay, so what games did you enter in, stuff like that?
I entered Marvel, Street Fighter, Tekken.
Okay. Justin?
I entered Street Fighter 4 and Injustice, and I intended to enter Marvel, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Matt?
I entered Street Fighter 4, which I didn't actually play because I was in Infrit's hotel practicing Marvel.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. You got DQ'd or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, because I knew I was going to lose in Street Fighter 4, but I was getting so much practicing against Infrit and like all of his housemates because they were major Marvel heads. So I was like learning new things and what characters are capable of. Like the Nova, Doctor Strange stuff is absolutely ridiculous. And due to all that warm up against him, I've got really good knowledge now on what to do against that team. And all of his housemates as well, they use really skank teams. Like one of them was using Zero, Dante, Strider. And some of the synergy that guy was doing is so sick. So I thought sacrificing my Street Fighter 4 pool because I wasn't going to make it around first round anyway to get all that knowledge in Marvel.
He was missing. Couldn't find him for like 5 hours or something. I was like, where's Matt? I don't know. He's in the room. I don't know. Someone just talking to Infra. I'm like, he's been kidnapped. Actual kidnapped.
It was really sick. But the SFXT I did really well in for some reason. I haven't touched that game in like 3 months. But then it was going over my Marvel group, so I had to go to the Marvel setup and say, look, this guy's not turned up, we have to wait until it's turned up in order to play the game. So I had to like enter that like 10 minutes later, just after playing Street Fighter X Tekken. But as I got to the setup, I lost my first game against Ivylicious, because I really needed the warm-up to be fair, but like after I went into loser's bracket, I came all the way back up to go against Marvelo, and it was 3-1 to him. It was quite close matches to be fair. It came down to the last character each match, and it's like I dropped one combo in the second game, which could have been 2-2. So, but yeah, it was really good games. I really enjoyed playing those guys, and I managed to get a game in against F Champ, and I got a match off him actually. He said that my team is cheap as shit. So it's like,
whoa,
that team is shit. It's like.
Yeah, did he add dog at the end of his sentence? That cheap as shit, dog.
That team is cheap, man. It's cheap dog. I'm saying.
Okay.
It's pretty sick. I mean, that guy is so good though. He adapts to like anything. It's like I started doing all my mix-ups, and then he was using snapback in between the mix-ups just to get the pressure off him.
Okay.
And I was like, that's really clever. So that's cool.
Yeah, Champ's been my favourite player for as long as I've been playing since I saw him, and I actually got to play him on Street Fighter 4. I did alright against him with Jury, and then I switched to Viper because I like the Viper Dawson matchup. And I've never seen someone play that matchup so well. It was phenomenal. That guy is sick. He knew all the high level counters and everything, man.
Was he just using Dawson or?
Yeah, for Street Fighter 4, yeah, Dawson. That's all I saw. He didn't switch to Seth, so that guy's sick, man.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to win EVO as well, but whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't mighty too popular with the crowd, was he? Although he did.
No, everyone hated him, but he likes that. I mean, it gives him fuel because he was just pissing off loads of players as well. But like when I went to Infrit's hotel as well, I asked him, I said, what's the beef between you and F-Champ? And he said, oh, he's just acting like a baby, because like on one of the streams, I can't remember what the stream was now, do you guys remember? When he said, oh, don't put me up against this chump again, it's like, it's embarrassing, the stream guys wanted me to play against him for it. And he was just popping off to him. So when I went into Inferit's hotel room, I said, what was the big problem between you guys? I mean, oh, it's just a baby. He likes the, you know, the commotion between all the stream monsters and stuff. And he said, I could probably just slap him over the head and the start, but I left him to it because there's no point. And I was quite laughing at that, to be fair, because that was quite good.
Okay. Now that we mentioned it, yeah. So how was your pool? Because, yeah, Justin, yeah, because obviously we were focusing on you saying how was EVO. Yeah, you mentioned earlier one of your guys had a killer pool, like he had 3.
Oh, poor Jinty, man. Yeah, he had. And I looked at it first. He moaned about it first, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Because he had a really decent pool before that. But you guys tell me if you think this is fine in the stream or whatever. So he had Brazilian player Ludo. He made top 32.
Mm-hmm.
He had Chris King, who might be the best Vega player in the world, top 32. He had Aita Akuma, you know, pretty good player. He had Henry Sen, who plays the best counter picking team that you can get, pretty much Dalsim and Honda. And he had, does anyone know XSK Samurai?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, replay, yeah.
So,
yeah, that was his pool. That was free. Every single pool had, you know, a killer in it, and most pools had 2 killers in them. But that pool wasn't pretty.
I could name like there's so many good Street Fighter players. I think you could name loads of players before you think about those players you just mentioned in the pool.
But could you name them all in the same pool?
Not in the same pool.
And can you say that they were all in top 32, or you know, 2 of them were in top 32?
What, in last Evo? Just gone.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that's different.
Oh yeah, but now you've seen it. I guess like the evidence is there at least.
Oh, you can't say that now that it's placed. I think.
When 8 is like, you know, 4th best in the pool, it's like.
was he 4th best?
Okay, but anyway, Justin, just to finish up before we get on to the other chat. Yeah, to the other chaps. So it was just Mahusiv because that's what I gathered from the stream, and I got a bit. It was a bit dark It was a bit darkly lit this year because I remember Caesar's Palace was a bit more, well, I'd say glamorous. It just kind of looked like a dark room most of the time. But I take it.
Yeah. To be honest, like when they were doing the Smash Brothers, they started turning off the lights because the lights were pointing towards the curtains where they had like projection and stuff on. So when they turned off the lights, all the crowd just started cheering because it was really hard to see.
Yeah, we couldn't see.
Projectors.
Well, then so you guys couldn't see on the stream.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they really favoured it towards us who was in the crowd, but we really couldn't see that well because all the lights were pointing towards all the projectors.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like I said, yeah. Like I said, Justin. Brain fart. I should have wrote this down. In that case, where was I then? Okay, why I recover myself? Matt, let's wind this back. So, how was EVO for you then?
Well, it's the first EVO I've been to, and I most definitely will be going again next year. I've already started saving, to be honest. So,
whoa, that good, eh?
Yeah, it was like literally the best tournament I've ever been to. The most hypest as well. Seeing Smash Brothers, like. I never realised how hyped that game can be. When I saw the Ice Climbers go up on the stream, I thought, right, okay, this guy's got to be good to use Ice Climbers because he's only really got the, you know, he's got Lariat and also they've got the Grab Infinite as well. And as soon as I saw the Grab Infinite, I just started cheering my head off, just like, because that was so hyped just watching it. Just an Infinite on Smash Brothers.
So, in other words, it's just basically Marvel.
Yeah. But it's guaranteed. It's not like you do a TAC, you grab them and you've won. And it was just crazy hype. Like the Marvel pools as well, we had such a killer, like Zero player. He battered Marvel 3-0. He was using a Zero May Cry team and I was like, this guy's too good. He's too consistent with lightning loops. He can do fuzzy, everything with Zero. And I was like, it made my Zero just look so scrubby. I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but that guy was just amazing. He just cleaned out the whole group. And then I was left with Marvel and it's too hard.
Oh, yeah, you showed me about it. Actually, now I remember what I was meant to ask Sir Justin, so we wind it back. Yeah, so Justin, just curious, what was your impressions of the American FGC? Because again, when I went to CEO, I kind of discovered they were actually a mighty decent bunch. Already, you could just tell by my accent, they were like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you made it out here." So, what were your impressions of them then?
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone was super friendly. Everyone was super nice, which is pretty much the same I find in most scenes. I think we came across some interesting characters as well. Came across some massive scrubs telling me that you shouldn't necessarily play to win at EVO. I was like,
what? You what?
And yeah, just we saw a lot of things. So I guess their scrubbiest scrubs are scrubbier than our scrubs, but like their best players are amazing as well. Pretty much everyone I talked to was totally cool. Top players included, and I guess it's kind of surreal because I guess we see him on the streams all the time, but you don't see Sanford and Chris G just standing next to you watching the same match you're watching.
Yeah, no, I went for the same thing as well. It was the most surreal thing when I was walking around CEO. It was like, oh, that's Alex Fire. What? You what? That's Richard.
Yeah.
That's Richard Witt. I just walked past him in the hotel and stuff like that. And
then you have this really weird thing where you're like, wait a minute, I want to take pictures with all these guys. I want to be a fan. And then you're like, no, Justin, I want to beat him. Like,
yeah, and then
you're
too.
Like, wait, Justin Wong's really short.
Yeah, he is actually. He is actually, because there's like the majority of the interviews I did in my CEO one, I actually kind of realised, damn, most of these people are quite short, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, because I always assume 6 foot is actually an average height, but I kind of realised it isn't. So it's like, what everyone was like, what was it, 2 or 3, actually, whatever. So, yeah, surprisingly, although Chris...
Oh, wait, one more thing. You was asking how the FGC was there. Let me also add that the Guam guys are sick. I didn't know where Guam was.
Yeah, it's a little it's an island. Yeah, it's basically it's a little island. Yeah, it's a little island down here on this globe.
Yeah, just underneath.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've got a globe. I always have a globe with me. Hold up. Yeah,
it's underneath Japan.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's underneath Japan. Well, if I can find it. Actually, whatever. Sorry. This is pointless.
Yeah, on the Thursday, I think it was, when we were able to do kind of pre-sign-ups and collect our passes and stuff. I think it was Yingah ran into randomly ran into one of the players from Guam, and we went back to their room. And those guys are sick and so safe as well. So shout outs to Guam. Sorry.
Okay, actually, yeah, about this, because I remember there were a certain number of players that were saying actually perhaps EVO was only about, if you're an elite player, you can get in on those rooms. So are the rumours true? Because I've always heard about it, that you could just walk around hotel rooms, hear tapping buttons and join in.
Not really. I think it was mainly down to like an invitation process, because like we heard lots of people were going to certain rooms, like Infra invited like loads of other players. Infra invited Knives and a few other well-known players as well to his room. But like I was speaking to him, he said you can invite one of your guys if you want, but you can't invite too many because otherwise it'll just get messy, because it's under their name, the hotel room. So I think you just had to kind of get in with the guys organising it, because I know that Justin Wong, Chris G, Nemo, those guys were playing some games in one of the hotels. Ryan actually commentated over Nemo's and Chris G's, I think it's Nemo and Chris G's money match for $6,000. So like there was a lot of money matches going on in all the hotel rooms, but like you had to basically go to them and ask.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't a case of just like walking past a room and I can hear button mashing, so I'm going to knock on and say, can I play? Because I think they'll just probably look down at you, but like if you asked them nicely, they would probably allow it.
Okay.
Although
it's more like, not what you know, it's more like who you know. Kind of
yeah, exactly, it's who you know. It's not, oh, I've got a skank team. It's like, oh, I want to play it. It's not like that. It's basically, oh, it's Justin Wong there. Yeah, come in, that kind of thing. So, I mean, a thing that I was really annoyed about was on the Friday, I went to the Broken Tear stand and I said, yo, you guys hosting any Guilty Gear side tournaments?
Oh, yeah, I want to hear about this, yeah.
Yeah, and the girl and the guy running the Broken Tear stand, it was only them two, and they said, yeah, we're not hosting any, but they had a setup behind them. So I was like, oh, okay, so you're just doing casuals. And then they said, yeah, we're only letting people on that we know and trust at the moment, so Then I went, oh, okay. So I popped back tomorrow. There was a bigger crowd for Guilty Gear. And I said, yo, you guys doing a side tournament for Guilty Gear? And he went, no, we told you yesterday we're not doing anything. But there's loads of people around. And then today I went on Event Hubs and then saw there was a side tournament for Guilty Gear. So I was like, okay, so the guys don't want to, like, you know, make the event sociable. They just want to stick to their own players, like Moroha and stuff. Like, I managed to get one game against Moroha because, like, well, quite a few games to be honest, because Moroha said, can I play this guy? Because I was talking to him about my character and stuff. But like when I first went up and then I said, can I play? They just went like, no, it's only people we know and trust. So I was pretty shocked at that, to be honest. Because if I run a side setup for a game, I'd like to, you know, players to come and feel welcome playing that game. But you know, some people are different, so whatever.
Okay, darn. Again, that kind of had nothing to do with EVO, and it is somebody else's setup. So,
did you? Well, shout outs to the guys running the stall because I actually bought one of the Mango Sentinel t-shirts. So I mean, I'm thankful for that. So whatever, that's cool. I mean, I'm not able to get one of those again, so unless they order online. But it was good having the opportunity of a stall selling all those kind of t-shirts. It was really sick. Like the foot dive one, I really wanted that one, but I'd definitely rather get the Sentinel one. Why not?
Okay, so you brought that in you brought that EVO then. So how much that set you back then?
It was only $25. Which works out around about 16 quid.
Oh, bloody!
It was $200 a stick.
$200 a stick. That's still well, actually, that kind of almost works about how much you would get it over here. And you were under your allocation, so you could easily go back without declaring it, innit?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and they were dual modded sticks for $100 as well, which is always nice.
Wow, again, that works out about pretty much the same over here. So okay, that's
a little bit cheaper based on the conversion rate.
I think the thing that was slightly better was that it was right there at the event. I could get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So I got my stick. I got it dual modded, and like, I pissed off back to UK, and I got a stick that works now.
Oh, sick. I mean, but then again, you had no need for a dual modded stick since apparently Birmingham is all PS3s, isn't it?
Wrong.
Last. Set them straight.
No. We play 360. We play PC. We play
PC. What is this PC you speak of? It has no place in the fighting game community.
Street Fighter 4 seems to run better online on it, even though it's strange as hell and allows some strange things.
I played that netcode for SFXT. Like, I played it a few on the PC because I used the Hamachi online server and stuff. But like the netcode on SFXT on PC is actually really good. Yeah,
it's definitely the same for AE. It just seems to run really well. Where on Xbox and PS3, it's a questionable experience.
Okay.
But so we play 360 now, and we'll be running some games on 360 versus fighting. Yeah, I plugged it.
Okay, like I said, that's well within your right, as an appointed guest and stuff. But anyway, Yingah, running to you then. So, how was EVO for you then, man?
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely loved it. Even just like the stuff outside of EVO as well, like going around Vegas and seeing the sights, seeing the attractions. That was really, really good.
Okay, that's a good point. Actually, now you mention it, because again, kind of like at CEO, was there tons of stuff to do besides obviously just playing fighting games? Because at CEO, okay, you had nice little stands. Xbox had a stand. There was that X Couch with those weird Japanese Riven games and Jabali's PS3, which apparently nobody used. That had really loads of games. So.
There was the main ballroom, which is what you guys saw on the stream, which is full of the pools and the main stage where people could watch matches and the seating area. And then had a second ballroom, which was had a seating area again, but for the NetherRealm games, like Mortal Kombat and Injustice. And that's why I had a dedicated stream, because it was held in the other room. They had a stand for Mad Catz, Broken Tail, like Matt said, Dive Kick, some indie games, because they did a panel on indie games, like I think one was called Spy Game. They had Marvel 2 set up in the corner, which was quite loud when I walked over, on CRTs. Yeah. What other stuff did they have?
Super Turbo.
Yeah, they had Super Turbo arcade machines there. Neo had a stand with Neo, because he sells t-shirts for Underground Syndicate, and to do promo, F-Champ was had Marvel set up on that stand, and he was selling his t-shirts while FChamp was playing people. So they're getting the traction there. All the top players are really safe actually. I talked with a few because I got a few photos. The nicest guys I actually met was Yipes, as you come to expect.
I met him too at CEO. Funny enough, drunk at a pool party, which I forgot to mention on all my shows, which I'm gonna have to do in the commentary track of my recaps. Yeah, basically, I asked what the hell was Jack Nathan's hot dogs, and apparently it's a brand over there, and he let slip that about a curly mustache European edition, which I kind of thought was hot and exclusive until I talked to Habbo saying apparently that's been on the cards for a while now, and that's kind of died down. So yeah,
he's mentioned it recently on the stream that he's. For plans for next year would be a worldwide curly mustache, and obviously it wouldn't surprise me if Europe was on the cards for that, but we'll see.
Like I said, if I can vaguely remember, that was it. It was at the pool party. I drank 2.5 cups of X Factor. Yeah, shout outs to DJ Hoshen. It's like literally DJ Hoshen. Yeah, that DJ Hoshen. He brought, for whatever bizarre reason, he brought 3 large coolers of an alcoholic beverage, which he won't reveal what the hell's in it. Literally 3 coolers, and he said, all right, go guys, help yourself, and he literally got the FGC drunk at CEO. I respect this. Yeah, I respect that too, and one day I'm gonna have to tweet him and ask what the hell was in it, because literally within 2.5 cups I was, I'll upload that footage of my drunk cam. It was kind of, I don't know if I should. It shows my darker side, and I think the tail end I could probably get myself on Kotaku, because obviously it is a pool party, and somebody asked, "Oh, there were any girls there?" Yeah, of course there was. Although they were obviously taken, but still. Oh, sorry. But anyway, the whole point was, I did talk to Yipes, and he did let slip about curly mustache European edition, and what did he talk to you about that or something like that?
No, it's just that was mentioned in the stream. Because he said it was on the cards for a while, and he mentioned it recently, post EVO, I believe. That was still one of his plans to do a worldwide curly mustache. Jabali remembers you actually.
Oh yeah,
Jabali.
Oh yes, the email with his shining headness. Well, at the time, yeah.
But yeah, him and Banana Ken remember you. Oh yeah, Skirmish man, he's pretty cool dude.
Yeah, do you know what the funny thing is about Americans? Because obviously, actually, crap. That it's slowly coming back. I should have wrote this shit down, but I was too busy setting up my fancy lights, because obviously I just had to deconstruct that. It's like Americans, I don't know what it is. They always sound insincere to me. It's just whenever they say stuff, they never really sound sincere. It's like, I'm sorry for your loss. It's like it never sounds real when an American says it. But whenever a British person said it, you would believe. Sorry. Your whatever is dead. But it's like, Matt, turn your phone off. That phone freaks me out. But it's like,
see, you believed it when he said sorry, didn't you?
Yeah, there you go. But the whole point was, when I was at CEO, and obviously you're surrounded by Americans, they are proper sincere. It's like all that so-called fake hype. It's like, it's a bit weird. Everyone is nice and friendly, but then when it comes to the actual games themselves, there is some mad shit talk. I mean, if you check out my log replays of CEO, you'll just have people at ringside saying, "Yeah, man, that nigger is ass." So, were you?
Who was the players saying that kind of stuff?
It was top players. It was just random stream monsters. So. Did you experience that while at EVO? Because obviously, whenever you see the stream...
Yeah, there was a row of all the major players at the front, oh my god, it's Andre, CJ Showstopper, Sherry, Nice, Flocker, Flux, all those guys, they were all at the front just shouting and stuff, and giving tips as well to the main heads. Yeah, there was some guy, who had, really long hair using a Zero team. He was quite fun to watch. I think he was up against... Who was it now? I think he was up against FChamp.
FChamp, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite cool to watch. Because they were giving him tips. I was looking over, and then they were saying do this, do that, and then he was looking back, smiling at him. I don't think he listened. He was more in the zone of I'm winning, and then he just got bodied then for the next 3 games.
Oh man. Okay, but like I said, it's it is weird. They are again, because you would expect, because again, there's a lot of hate for Americans for whatever bizarre reason. Because literally the other day I was at the Snake Pit, and so fuck the Americans, and I was after the video. I said, nah, man, they're allowed to hate, because again, they're
really cool.
They are they're just pretty much like us. It's just
gotta take it person by person, man.
I mean,
it's the same in any scene.
Yeah, true. I mean, there are bad apples, but generally speaking, when I was over in America, I didn't really meet anyone bad. I mean, in matter of fact, I was even speaking to DJ. I was even talking to CJ Showstopper. It's actually funny enough on the CEO archive that you can actually see me chatting to him. He's actually surprisingly quite a cool dude in real life, even though, when you've ever seen those exhibitions when he was like popping off the "Oh my God, it's Andre" and all that. So yeah, you'd be mad surprised that you can just. Again, you could just walk up to these top players and whatever, and it's like they're just regular guys. Because it's like when I was over at CEO, Chris G is just pretty much like a guy. Again, it sort of surprises me why, because obviously I've done 2 shows and we mentioned Chris G. He's not great at interviews, but it's like in real life he is a really, really surprisingly talkable guy. It's like literally meeting a guy at the arcade. You just randomly start talking about stuff, and I just randomly bumped into him bare times and stuff like that. So do you guys have a similar experience? You could just walk up to a top player and you were saying, "Oh man, that is cheap," and they'll just break stuff down and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Up pools was the easiest time to talk to different players because everyone will be watching maybe a certain player, and then everyone will get talking, or someone will say a comment, someone else will respond, and before you know it, everyone's talking about the same thing. That's really, really cool. The scout is actually pretty cool. He talks a lot.
Really?
A lot about Marvel.
Well, yeah, that's his forte. Funny enough, I walked past him. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like I've walked past bare people who, in theory, I should have actually interviewed, but that's kind of a blessing in disguise because literally I ran out of memory when I was doing CEO. But actually, enough. I digress. Actually, funny enough, now that people have talked about it, so how was the PS3 for you guys? Since obviously you in Manchester, you've never heard of PS3s.
It was fine for me. It was okay.
To be honest, like I had to adapt quite early because I bought a PS3 and a PS3 copy of Marvel like a week before it, just for the practice. If I didn't buy the console, I would have been totally free because some of the setups I do with my team just actually slow down that game to like literally 10 frames a second, and it's that bad. It's literally unplayable if you've not played on that console before. So me getting the warm up like really helped. But I'll never be playing on a PS3 again. I'll get a PS4 when that gets released, but I'm not touching Marvel on a PS3 again.
But if you're going to EVO again, surely you'll have to practice again. Because I'm pretty sure...
I'll practice like a week before the next year's EVO again, but like I don't like that console.
EVO's got a Switch.
I really hope so.
I have backed the PS3 from day one, and this is going to sound random and scare story as hell, but for some reason, the system that is pretty fine when I'm usually playing it occasionally slows down like crazy for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
And no amount of training stage is going to fix it. It doesn't work. I did not want to switch, but for Street Fighter 4, it's been worse for us.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4 slows down just as much.
What are you doing, Justin?
Justin's got someone in the room.
No, my arm got in the room.
Yeah. He's got
sorry, just my asthma. But it's cool. Now the PS3 does cause some massive slowdown issues to the point where now I've got to source a bunch of 360s for versus fighting because we can't do it again. Like it's not good. It's not good. And I think EVO needs to switch. And I think as far as Street Fighter 4 and Marvel go. I'm not sure about Injustice, and obviously Tekken is native right now, but as far as Street Fighter 4 and Marvel go, for as long as they still live, it's got to be on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that EVO switches it up next year.
I remember hearing something about it. One of the consoles chose to do interlacing, and the other one chose the opposite one of that. And like the PS3 chose the one to give out all the frames constantly, whereas the Xbox decided to do the frame skip for when they're doing all the combos and stuff, and that's why the Xbox One doesn't slow down. I think it was actually Ollie or someone like that who actually told me. Said one of the consoles decided not to give out all the frames when you're doing certain hypers and stuff for it not to slow down, which is the Xbox, whereas the PS3 tries rendering everything, and that's what makes it slow down.
Ah. Okay. Actually, let's set up the question. Yeah, let's set up the questions, guys. So, just want to lay them on then, since we're getting near to the tail end of our show. And again, I should have wrote this stuff out. I normally do this, but I kind of thought since it's only a basic question, how was EVO? But so, yeah, how was because that was that massive controversy when they switched the pools from.
Yeah, nobody knew.
Nobody knew? What the hell?
8 a.m. I had my pool. Not saying I would have got through anyway, but that was 2 out of 3 and no questions asked, everyone knew. But then 10 a.m. came, and then the people were saying 2 out of 3, people weren't too sure, people heard rumours. Zach had the worst because he had to play a player that he lost. And that was, I think he would have won if it was best out of 5.
Oh man, that is...
And then realised near enough after his pool that they changed it to 3 out of 5, and that was announced on the tannoy, but it wasn't done soon enough.
It's best out of 5 is tournament standard for Marvel. Every single tournament is done.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case for EVO. They said it would be 3 out of 5 past the pools. So we took, went off that.
Yeah, I mean you can't change it, but it should have been announced as best out of 5 from the start.
Yeah,
exactly,
originally it should have been 3 out of 5. But like even in our group as well, I remember one of the group organizer had the piece of paper, and then someone shouted out, "Yeah, it's 3 out of 5," and I was like, "Really?" And then the group organizer didn't even know. He said, "I'm only here to take scores. I don't know any of the rules or anything like that."
Whoa! Shut the front door! Damn!
Yeah, the guy didn't really know. He just got given a sheet. He said he was a Smash Bros player. He got given a sheet and said, "Right, run this group." I was like, oh, "Okay."
But whatever, it worked out for the better for most people anyway. Certainly better for the streams and the plays later on. It's just people at 8, maybe 10 a.m. pools that took the brunt of it.
Whoa, okay, that's...
But pools went all the way every hour up until about 4, maybe 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock. So most people got it okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so for the first 2 hours, everything was running just 2 out of 3s and...
Yeah, no questions asked.
Damn, and then all of a sudden, magically... So how was it announced? Did it just filter down? It was just the mumblings?
It was rumours at first. You hear people talking about it with judges.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it amongst themselves, and the people at the pools were saying, "Well, someone told me it's 2 or 3," and then someone said, "No, I didn't hear anything. Or, I didn't hear anything about it 3 out of 5." And then there's a big voice on the tannoy, and then that's when we all knew. It had like a PA system on there.
Yeah. So like shout out for like players like missing the setups on losers final and stuff. They were using it for that. Like saying like bubbling, get to set up station 15 and stuff like that. So
I'd say there was a period about maybe 40 minutes, maybe slightly more, of people an hour before that announcement. So I think it should have been announced a lot sooner.
Gotcha.
But other than that, like I say, most people were okay.
Okay, so there was not a lot of people that got knocked out and they contested saying, hey, what? Hey, I would...
You can't replay it, can you?
Yeah, it's too late at that point, I guess. And like Ying said, it didn't affect a massive amount of people. It still messed up, but a lot of people got 3 out of 5 for their entire pool.
Mostly Zach, because the player that beat him, he played again in the loser bracket, again 2 out of 3, and he beat him. And I was thinking, well, if that was 3 out of 5, maybe he might have come back, and he'd still be in winners and qualified rather than qualify out of losers, but we'll never know.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Did any of you guys check out that Killer Instinct then?
The queue's too long.
Whoa, okay.
Barbecuing up.
The queue was long the whole time. I just couldn't do it, man.
yeah, and they were doing like
It was really long.
as well. So it was like it was taking even longer. Because like none of them knew combos and stuff. They were just like going like medium dragon punch.
Yeah, I think the damage. It looks like everyone agrees that the damage seems really low in that game.
Yeah.
But I think it's just no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah, because combos look like it can take forever.
Yeah.
It's when you see the red exclamation mark on top of the head, that's when you attack out. If you press the
Combo breaker counter.
yeah, but then if you guess wrong, then you're stuck for like another 3 seconds with another combo. But even then, because they're mashing light most of the time, it's doing no damage.
Okay, and yeah, about that booing then, the minute the word Xbox One was mentioned.
Oh yeah. We love the game, but like as soon as we saw the logo, it's like I don't want to
people
look
go
around.
I hate that so. I hate the booing of anything.
I hated the booing for Injustice.
It was annoying.
Superman.
Yeah, because it was it was for for KDZ, who was obviously using Superman, who is
KDZ is legit. He's freaking sick. But,
it was a cool guy. I didn't funny enough actually have a chance to talk to him at CEO, even though funny enough he was right in front of me like most of the time when I was in the ring. But yeah.
No, on the levels, that guy is sick, and he may be the best Injustice player in the world. I don't know, but he's definitely up there. But when he was beating people as free as that, it makes it look like Superman is the most broke character ever. But a lot of the players that I thought would have probably made it a bit further.
I thought they nerfed Superman. Did not take away that 2-hit chain. That was like
they didn't take it away. It's they changed the frames on it, and they changed the frames on it. 2 weeks ago. So people didn't necessarily have enough time to work out what the next answer for it was. It might have been a buff damn near, because a lot of characters have answers for it usually. But if they change the frame rate, I don't know what my counter is for it anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had another cool stand as well at the Mad Cats area. They were doing like mods on your arcade sticks, so they could like do dual mods, or even had a little bead stall as well, where you could like do beads of like Guile, Sentinel, Doctor Doom, and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. So
they had custom ball tops as well.
Yeah,
pretty sick.
I mean, I spoke to the guy about like modding my Quamba 4 to work on a Dreamcast and a GameCube, and he said to make him work on one console it's going to cost $120. And I was like, nah, I'm alright. Just to mod it for one console.
Alright.
I expect it to be a little bit pricey, like $80. I'd pay that. But to go there and say it's more expensive than one of the dual modded sticks they were selling, I just say no.
It's the parts as well, though, isn't it? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Genius UK. That name sounds familiar.
Skin, isn't it?
What's your role? What's your role? Ban him now.
What's up, Ken?
So,
ban him while you have the chance.
So, what was more competitive, Smash or Injustice? I think I know where this is going. To be honest, actually, that Smash looked a hell of a lot more competitive than I thought, because I thought they'd have 4 people on screen at once. They were actually just playing it like a regular fighting game, though.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
That's how Smash is played.
Yeah.
It
was
is?
so strategic, though, like some of the stuff. Like, I've realised so much skank stuff about the game. You know when you knock a character off the stage, and they're using all their command normals to get back into the stage. If you stay around the edge where they dangle, like they can't climb, if you dangle yourself, you use the ledge, so then they can't use the ledge to get up. And then when they're on the ledge and you're dashing backwards and forward, because they have to get up and roll, they're going backdash forward, backdash forward, backdash forward, waiting to counter him. And it was so cool, like watching all that, like thinking about all the strategies and stuff.
Whoa! Whoa! Are you turning Smash on us?
Huh?
Are you turning Smash on us, Matt?
No, I'd like to play it, mate. I mean, I used Star Fox back in the 64, but I've not played it since then. So.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Smash on the Smash on the 64.
I know is when someone throws a Pokeball at you, you use to deflect the Star Fox. And it acts as your own Pokeball. That's the only thing I relied on, because everyone used to rinse those Pokeballs. Yeah, I don't know anything about that game other than that.
Okay, and Genius asked the biggest knob you met.
I won't say knob, but Punko was quite a strange character. I played Blackjack with Punko.
Blackjack, bloody hell. Okay. Did you win or lose money?
I won. He lost loads and he broke even at the end of it. He was after Street Fighter finals he finished the whole thing actually, I think, and I think he was a bit down because he didn't qualify or didn't come top whatever in Street Fighter 4 and didn't win Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So he's very down guy. Poor guy.
We ran into Pinko at the airport on the way back, and those guys. Their plane had been cancelled, straight up cancelled.
Whoa!
So they were screwed, and we got in the line by mistake in the queue behind them. I was wearing the EVO. Those EVO T-shirts are the best thing ever, by the way, because everyone just knows straight away. But I was wearing one of the EVO T-shirts, and one of their guys started talking to us, and we were having a laugh and a joke and whatever. And he was like a proper troll guy, and then Pinko just kept walking up to him and just throwing punches at him and stuff. Like completely randomly.
What?
Guys, I've got something to say as well. While we were watching some of the finals, I saw a man stand up with bloodshot eyes, and he was pissed out of his face.
Whoa!
Everywhere. He went up to like Sherry and started going, "Can I have a hug?" And then he fell on the floor and fell asleep, and everyone was taking pictures of him. He had like a
falling asleep as well. Remember that? Did you guys see that?
God knows where he went, but like he was wasted out of his face. It was so funny.
Yeah, I said something to. I think I said something to Cheryl while drunk as well. Although I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was at the pool party. Funny enough. So I could sympathize.
Did
Ish.
anyone see the I'm gonna put it on blast. The Hazmatsu pop up.
The hazmat? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Team hazmat.
He came third place in one of the brackets that I was running, and he slammed his stick down on the floor. I was like, damn, this ain't good. And then he got up, like he picked up the stick. I was like, all right, it's cool. He walked into an empty space near the water coolers and slammed it down again and started stamping on the stick. And everyone started pulling all the cameras out, so I had to go over to him. I was like, it's all right, like this ain't the place to do it. This ain't the place to do it. No, Ying, not World Star, man.
Oh, bloody.
Yeah,
I hate on Will Star. I hate it.
He was not happy at all.
Whoa.
Buko was playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken, practicing on training mode, and with the arcade stick in his hand and training mode still on, he fell asleep.
Yeah, and then everyone was walking behind
Just
him.
walking around taking pictures of him.
Slow while everyone's taking a picture.
Also, his hair is magnificent. His hair is awesome.
Okay, damn. Now I remember. Yeah, it was a question that was going all the way, that I should have asked at the beginning. But I'm just curious, guys. Yeah, U.S. customs. That's the most weirdest thing ever. It's like obviously our customs in the UK. You get a guy in a white uniform and a tie, and they're usually unarmed. But first time over there, you get a guy in a black uniform, and they've got like a piece of they're desk job guys, but they've got a damn piece at their side. I'm just curious. What? They always ask what was your reason over there, and it kind of.
What's your purpose?
I know it kind of took me a while to explain. And plus, the guy I had, he had
You say tourism. Tourism is the answer.
Okay, was that it? Because I was trying
to. I'm here to make money.
Okay, because I was trying to explain that I was there. Yeah, I was there to play. I was obviously there at a competitive fighting game tournament, which again I did say tourism in the end, and that was it.
What a wrong thing to say. Just say tourism.
Yeah,
Just say tourism.
It's a lot easier.
On the way back, I was still wearing the EVO t-shirt, and I got stopped by one guy that started talking to me about Tekken and said he couldn't make it.
What?
That was that random guy in San Francisco. Just stopped us, and I was like, damn, I'm screwed.
Wait a minute, San Francisco. That's a little far away from Las Vegas. Alright,
let's not discuss the travel there. Suffice to say,
no, Daddy, you brought it up.
US travel is poor. US travel is piss poor. International travel seems fine.
Why US? What's the problem with the US one?
Both my internal flights got delayed. Very badly. Yeah. I had a 10-hour, 50-minute flight from San Francisco to Frankfurt, and that was the easiest experience ever. I had a 1-hour flight to get to San Francisco, delayed by I don't even know how long. I had delays from Newark to Las Vegas that made a 5-hour flight into a 10-hour flight.
What the hell?
Yeah, like US international
Domestic?
airways.
You mean domestic flights? Yeah.
Yeah, they are free. They are awful.
So, it's fine for us.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that, Ying.
We were expecting a long transfer anyway, but that's just because of the flight package we had. But other than that, it was mostly fine.
We didn't get a long transfer. We got we got a long transfer where the transfer was us sitting on the plane, wondering why it hadn't taken off yet, getting told to come off after an hour, getting back on, hearing the thrusters about to pull off. And then them saying, no, we can't take off.
Whoa, bloody hell. What was your carrier? Muggy Bonehead Airlines or what?
I don't know what it was, but it was very, very poor. And it's actually put me off going to Shadowloo Showdown. Me and Jinty were talking about going to Shadowloo Showdown, but...
Wow, that's like...
That experience, we don't want to fly like that right now.
Oh, here's a good one from the Genius. Has EVO opened your eyes to the level of the UK EU scene?
Yeah, we're not that bad.
I will admit, a lot of the UK players compared to the US players were pretty much free. Like the technology and the adaptation and stuff against all the high level players over there, they're on another level. Seriously, playing against all the guys in the UK. I mean, we're all good players and all, but they're literally a whole level higher. It's too hard against some of the players.
I think it's just the average level of play overall is really high in America rather than UK.
I
consistent with stuff, whereas we tend to mash buttons while we're Tekken and stuff like that, always call an assist. They're a little bit more patient when it comes down to it. Like, they won't just call the assist like while they're Tekken or rolling. They'll really think about it. Like when I was playing against Marvelo, Infra, and Knives as well, they weren't just randomly calling the assist thing on cross-up. They were really thinking about it. It's good stuff. So I think they're on a whole other level than us. But it'd be nice, kind of practice against that a lot more. But just at our level, because we've only got small teams and stuff like that, it's a little bit hard for us to become more consistent than how they are with all their team.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, I forgot to mention it on Twitter today, but happy birthday, Bulba Mike. I was actually going to do some gag involving a birthday cake and how I was going to get a birthday cake, put a stupid little musical candle, and then say, "Yep, this is your birthday cake." Oh, but wait, you're not here, and I was going to eat it, but then I forgot to set up that gag. But it's a thought that counts, though, isn't it?
It is.
So yeah, sorry. Bit of random trivia there. So yeah, happy birthday, the most bulbous of mics, and Kaisertron.
Anyway, on Facebook today as well. It's Kaisertron's birthday today. So
happy birthday.
I don't know his Facebook or his Twitter or anything like that. I can't find him.
He's on Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. It's just Kaisertron.
Oh, is it just Kaisertron? Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That guy is among the safest guys I've ever met in the fighting game scene in Europe.
Who? Bobo or Kaisertron?
Kaiser in particular. Bobo's safe as well. Kaisertron, that guy's sick.
I remember back in the day, me and him used to play a lot of Guilty Gear, especially when I used to go down to the Yates' tournaments when they didn't have a proper hall or anything in London Harrow. He used to Robo-Kai and stuff. Really nice guy.
Okay.
I've played quite a while.
Okay, anyway, I just realised something, because we got Manchester Battle Arena in the house, and we've got the Electronic Dojo, so, again, just like my trip to CEO, when I just saw what they were doing, especially with their technology and that, have you guys definitely been inspired? Because again, ever since I got back from CEO, I just realised, damn, lighting really does make a massive difference. Hence why I just went out and brought those lights, because I just realised all the stuff I was filming was just looking like a gazillion times better, because literally FGC events, we are literally in the dark ages. It's like, now literally, if you ask me to stream and you are in a bloody shitty nightclub with no lighting, I will tell you to F off now, because quite frankly, I've literally have seen the light, because the illuminations they had over there, it just makes life easier, because it's just purposeful, so just minor things like that. So have you guys been inspired by your trip to EVO?
All day. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that they do that I really want to implement that I won't even speak about now. But
whoa, what?
Yeah, it was a really inspirational trip to see how they do it, and I want to do it a lot more as well. I want to keep going to their events, and I really want to go to CEO now as well.
Oh yeah, bruv, you know what, bruv, that is your kind of event, especially if you make top 8, because again, you'll just have fun picking your theme tune, and then you'll have more fun when they actually deliberately change it for you, because they realise that's a stupid idea, because obviously Richard Wynn, he was not meant to get DuckTales, he had another theme, but then they pointed out to him, no, that's too goddamn long, so that's why they just put DuckTales on.
I respect this.
So, and it was the same thing with Flash Metroid, he had another theme plan, but no, they just went with Flash. And obviously, the boxing ring was such a damn good idea. But like I said, so Yingah, you got any influence while over at from what EVO were doing in that? Just minor simple things like just straight double elim, because it's like, I don't know what it is. We are really reluctant to just do straight double elim. It's just like
we're not.
No, not recently.
Okay. It's just my.
They're the last people I remember.
Okay, it's
groups.
Okay. I'm not gonna name names. But I just went to a tournament recently where they advertised it as double elim, but then at the actual event they says, well, actually we're gonna change this, but we're gonna put it to a vote. If you guys want double elim and you want a single elim. But it was like you'd have an extra round note anyway, and surprisingly, all the old heads that were used to single elim outnumbered the people that wanted the double elim, and it was a case of wow.
And at that point, you can guess which event it was.
Nah, because I haven't mentioned it yet. But again, it's just a case of I've just genuinely noticed we still struggle to do straight double elim, because some of the events.
I think as far as the North's concerned, everyone's on double elim right now, and the only thing I think is maybe missing. It would be nice to be able to run best out of 5 for all games all the time, but it's very time consuming and very
no. I do literally mean straight double elim because even at hype spotting, it's no criticism of them. They were still doing groups into double elim, which again, it's kind of nice because
it gives you more money for your. It gives you better value for money. That's definitely for sure. Nobody wants to go two and out. Yeah,
true. But then again, it's true to say that we can do that now, whereas obviously something like CEO, where you had like 800 people and some of the pools were going to like 270. Yeah, because you think about it, none of our tournaments, it was just 270 a pool, but none of our tournaments yet have actually reached those numbers since the older SVBs and stuff like that. So, but I'm just so. Just simple things like that. If we can just do straight double elim. I mean, some of us do it, but again, we're still reluctant to just do it straight. We are going to either do it in groups, because again, there's a couple of London events I've been to. They've done the same thing where a lot, it's like a lot of the people were rumbling as, oh man, we're going to do. So they started doing the same thing as well, where they did they did groups into double elim, which again for smaller numbers that's okay, but. Me as a tournament player, I'm of the opinion if I've lost twice, I should be out. Because again, I'm just going to be too damn salty to just then lose about a couple more matches.
Well, it sucks that when you run groups a lot of times, if you lose 2 games, you're already out and you're playing for the sake of it. I mean, you might get a 3-way, tie, which sucks even more than anything. But once you lost 2 games, you're pretty much out of running anyway. And then you play the rest of these salty-ass games. And I guess your worst case scenario is now you go 5-0. But
okay.
We do double elim. I think there's a good chance we will do that for a considerable future.
I saw a video when London, I think it's like some comic book event or something, or convention. I saw
yes, it was the infamous one by. Yes, it was it was the infamous one uploaded by Crow. Yeah, was it where Crow kind of went under other, and it was run. Yeah, but in all honesty, it was run at anime. It was run at anime convention. You can see it's kind of like a recipe for disaster.
It's a funny video.
We did an anime convention tournament yesterday, actually.
How did that go then?
Oh yeah.
We did London Anime Con. It was actually all right. It was okay. It was all right. It was a pretty small event. I think we got just under 16 players for each game. Street Fighter 4 and Persona. Just under 16 for both brackets. They ran the CG guys ran Injustice there. I got second and lost to Wasim. Shout outs to Wasim. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about doing too many events that aren't fighting game events anymore. I think we should try to focus on getting our own things correct first.
Okay. Guy in it, EVO, and then that event you just did, and then versus fighting. Is it Justin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. No, you mentioned it. Yeah.
I'm just too lazy.
In I think it was May. We also went to London just to play. We went to Wolverhampton to do an event. And then we ran two events in Birmingham as well. Injustice 1 and one more. So I'm pretty knackered right now. I'm taking a hell of a long break after versus fighting 3. But I'm gonna travel soon.
Okay then. Right. While we're waiting for some more, viewer questions. Anything you guys want to discuss about the EVOs that I might have missed, which I probably definitely. Go on, Justin. Yeah, go on.
They had the best thing ever. I mentioned the T-shirts. Yeah.
No, man, that T-shirt cannot be more godlike than this T-shirt. Hold up.
Nah.
Hold up. Yes.
This better be good. I'm sorry. As nice as your EVO shirt is, you cannot beat the CEO one. Hold up, where is it? All right.
It's gold! It's gold, for Christ's sake! It's a wrestling belt!
If we're doing this, 1 second. We can fight this battle.
That's cool.
I'm
sorry, you can't beat that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get another one, because I'm going to probably wear it around most of the events.
Everyone's got...
No, it is not horrid. No, it is not horrid, Mickey. Screw... Yeah.
Mickey.
Silence, hater!
Mickey.
We got multi-chats.
Looks like Rusty in file.
Yeah, they had their T-shirts and they had the passes. and they're all on lanyards, which came.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as my one. They all came on Mad Catz one.
No. The reason that they were so ridiculously sick is because everyone was staying at random hotels and eating at random restaurants all over Las Vegas. And you see people from the FGC everywhere, and automatically there's a conversation started. No matter where you go, you always seem to bump into someone that's there for EVO, and it really added something to the community element. And it made you feel like you was really a part of something. It's probably the best thing about the event. It's just walking around in any casino I went into. It seemed to be like there's a group of guys, and you could just ask them what games they're entering, how did they do.
Yeah, they were very approachable.
I agree with that. It's very cool, yeah.
And then you have people approaching you as well, and you're like, wow, you travel all the way up from the UK or whatever. Like, everyone had their story, and it was freaking awesome. That was absolutely the best part. Good idea to have it only in Vegas. That wouldn't work at any UK tournament because you're only in a very small area. But when you're kind of staying at different hotels and
and there's one long trip at just hotels. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sick.
Okay, no, pretty much similar experience to CEO, because again, they were just mad receptive, because they said hi, and they said, oh wow, where you're from? And they said Australia, and I said, no, England. So it's like, things like that. They really do appreciate if you do travel out to America, because, you kind of think about it, our events, we pretty much see each other most of the time. So when you think about it, if you do have internationals, especially at our events and stuff like that, it is kind of rare. So it's pretty much the same thing for them. So, yeah. But again, it was just mad weird because obviously I just really stood out because everyone had an American accent, but it was like, everyone.
Might be your army gear, maybe.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea. I'm sorry, that was do you know what? Yeah, how was the weather, guys? How was the weather, guys? Because again, Florida, I massively underestimated the weather because I thought, it's only 32 degrees. We've had 32 degrees in London, but no, we haven't had 32 degrees with 90% humidity.
Yeah,
so obviously,
it's really hot.
So it was like a really dark.
It was literally on par with having someone follow you with a hairdryer with hot air just constantly on you. Whenever the breeze came, it felt like I was being burned. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And then I kept going blood red as well. I never take on any of the sun. I put loads of suntan on, and I looked like a beetroot or something. It was horrible.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever had. It was just warm and nice, and I didn't have hay fever the entire time I was there.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay, you can confirm it was me. Exactly the same weird shit happened to me because literally when I was in the UK, my nose was a bloody faucet. I brought I brought like an 8-pack of tissues, and I shit you not, I used up almost 7 of them, but before I even got on the damn plane. But the minute literally the plane was over US air, it was like, what's happened to my hay fever? It's gone. It's like I had no hay fever whatsoever. The minute the airplane is flying over the UK, all of a sudden it returns, and that's kind of weird because you kind of think, wait a minute, isn't the plane supposed to be pressurized on that 10,000 feet as well?
Yes.
So that is kind of, I don't know whether or not that was like a weird placebo or psychosomatic thing, but literally the minute I was over the UK, my hay fever returned. So what the hell was that about?
I don't know, but I want more of it.
What, hay fever free? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was interesting the first night when we arrived there as well. We wanted to go for food, me and Ying, about 12:30 at midnight. So we walked out onto the main street to go and find somewhere to eat. And then as soon as we get to the corner of the hotel, some guy looked.
Whoa!
He's left his mic next to the speaker, hasn't he?
Oh, someone's echoing her.
Yeah,
some guy pulled up with his cars in front of us and said, "Yo, guys, you don't want to walk down there. Someone's just been shot." And I was like,
"What?"
Yeah. So that's our first time outside the hotel on our first day.
Okay, the most controversial thing that happened was Noel Brown, although funny enough I didn't hear about it until the next day, but yeah, that was about it.
Oh yeah, that's you, that's CEO,
yeah.
But yeah, Willow, I didn't play that much on the tables. I played a lot of the slot machines. The slot machines are really cool. There was a Crazy Taxi one, Judge Judy, like Alice in Wonderland, Star Wars. There's so many, and I played like every single one that I thought was cool. Just asked Matt, I wanted to just get the feature board.
Yeah, there was loads of cool different ones like Judge Judy, Ghostbusters, Hangover. There's loads of really cool
Elvis,
ones.
Spider-Man.
Actually,
So many.
now that you mentioned it,
Terrible.
you know, you mentioned it. How was Vegas? Because obviously I could only speak how was Orlando. Again, Orlando was pretty cool. It was again. I think I mentioned on the last show. I was so focused on the actual tournament, I actually forgotten. Wait, I'm at bloody Orlando. I could have went to a theme park, and it was like, yeah, literally, there were so many theme parks around that damn area. So, literally, when I go,
honest, like the hotel was really cool as well. Like we had a casino downstairs, and we had an arcade upstairs. The arcades had amazing games, but the arcade sticks for them were terrible. You had CVS 2, Marvel 2, Alpha 3, Marvel 1, and all of them were round sticks. So you try to do a Dragon Punch, you just ends up super jumping every time. And also, like, we walked past like pizzeria. There's loads of restaurants in the hotel. And we just saw Ultra David with his girlfriend just eating a pizza. And I was like, what? That's quite cool. Yeah, but the hotel overall was cool. We even had a theme park in there called the Adventure Dome, which you had to spend like $29 for the whole day. So that was pretty cool as well. There was loads of stuff to do in the hotel.
Wow. Well, you said you had an arcade there, with actual fighting games? Damn.
Yeah, they had Alpha 3, Marvel 2, Marvel 1, CVS 2. They ran like full speed. There was no problems with the buttons. It was just the arcade stick.
Oh yeah, they use that bat top in it, that weird.
Yeah, it wasn't even like square gate or octagonal gate or anything like that. It was a round gate. You press forward, it springs all the way to the opposite direction. You press forward, he ends up jumping most of the time. And I wasted like $2 on him, just trying to do combos. Yeah. But it was only 50 cents a go, so I was just surprised to see it there.
50 cents? That's like...
They had F-Zero cabinet, which was pretty cool. It's like some simulator you sit in, F-Zero GX, and that was pretty cool because they were linked players for all two machines. So I played that a few times.
Okay. I have a question I got before. Like I said, guys, line them up because I think we're at the tail end now, unless there's anything else people want to bring. How was the American food? Because I have to admit, I miss American food already, even though it is mad unhealthy. It's like, their food is great, but the cost, I think, is just too damn high.
Yeah, it's not that cheaper it's not any cheaper than what we pay here.
Yeah,
I think it depends on when you go, kind of.
Yeah, we would.
If you ate anywhere in any casino or on any of the kind of the obvious places, the price is really high. But I think it was just really high because we were in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We went to a cocktail and the cocktails were $14 each. We had a breakfast, which was a buffet, and that came up to $33.
Bloody hell! What the hell were you guys eating? Fucking hell!
Yeah, it wasn't like a pretty posh buffet.
Okay, because
that was downstairs in the Paris Hotel or something. I can't remember. So.
Nah, but look at the portions. Look at the amount of alcohol they gave us.
Oh yeah, the portions. Bloody hell! It's like I've never seen portions. You do not know portions until you went to America. I think because there's still that picture I uploaded a while back where when I was at Popeyes, you could buy like a bloody gallon of lemonade. So I obviously did the sensible thing and brought 2 gallons of lemonade. Hold up, let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that image again.
Is there a massive cartons that you carry around?
Yeah. I kind of thought that was silly until you actually realise. Well, no. If you actually look at if you actually do that dehydration test, you actually do need to drink 3.5 liters in that environment. So, a gallon of lemonade is not as bad as you think. Although, but then again, you do think to yourself, it's a gallon of that fructose corn syrup, which is just mad unhealthy.
I remember what you're saying about the cheese, the processed cheese, and I didn't like that cheese at all.
Do you know what? I thought it was a joke because I remember Jeremy Clarkson taking the piss saying, "Yeah, do you want cheese with that?" No, they seriously do say that. It's like literally, I ordered was it a sausage and egg McMuffin? They said, "Yeah, do you want cheese with that?" And you kind of think they don't do that at home, do they?
Yeah.
I gotta call one thing out. Their tea game is poor. They do not. I can see why Americans don't drink tea because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their tea game was pathetic. It was the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Yeah, I agree. Horrible. I missed tea a lot when I was over.
And like you said to Chris G, like crisps are better than their chips.
Yeah, their crisps suck. Just saying.
Yeah,
yep.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yep, there it is. Yep. You could. Yeah, literally, it was an actual set meal. You can buy 2 gallons of lemonade. Hold up. Oh crap! I forgot. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, high fructose corn syrup, and yeah, a whole gallon.
My favourite drink while I was over there was High C. It was like a still version of Fanta, and that was really nice. They were in McDonald's.
Yeah,
You spend like $1.95 and you get a massive cup of it, and it was like, yeah, they were nice. I don't think we do them over here, so I've never seen them before. Probably nicest drink I've had.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. Any more questions, guys? Because I think we're at the tail end, or unless there's anything you guys want to bring to the table that I missed before we close up. Matt, Yingah?
I think we've covered everything.
Okay, so overall, we'll just so we have a nice conclusion. So EVO, was it really worth the money then?
Yeah, I want to go next year. Already.
Yeah, it was worth the money. Yeah.
It is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world, and if you're interested in fighting games, you need to find a way to get there. It's a requirement, I think.
The amount of people are just insane, like 1,600 entrants for one game, and that's not including like spectators, and that ballroom was full, and you only could get into that ballroom if you had a blue pass on, which they'd sold out.
Or
prior.
if you was Alex.
And Jinty had an orange one, which didn't get him into the ballroom where we were because he booked his ticket late, but he sneaked in, luckily. He didn't check his pass. But that's like, gives you an idea of the scale of it. It's just huge. That ballroom was packed, but it wasn't all the people there. They had to realise that they had another ballroom, which was showing the stream at the same time, you know. And,
so I take it you guys were watching it from the second ballroom, so you travelled...
No, the first one.
Oh, okay. No, damn, you guys were lucky. Room. Oh, damn, you were lucky then, I was about to say.
It wasn't an option, you needed to be in the main room. Even though the second room was actually better. You got the full, like, you got to hear the commentary, the seats were better, and the screens were bigger as well. Like, I think you probably had a better viewing experience in the second room, but you didn't get that hype.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to see the players, and that's pretty important.
It's kind of relaxed room, it's more... like air conditioned because there wasn't so many people in there and stuff, but like when you want to go to an event like that, you want to be with all the fighting game players in one hall, and that's where all the hype starts kicking off. And like it was insane the amount of hype going on, even on Smash Bros. Yeah, so it's definitely something everyone should try at least once. I'm definitely going to try and go next year as well because it was that good.
I'm undecided if I want to go again so soon. I'd want to go somewhere else like Japan first before I went back to America.
Yeah, it's probably a good point actually.
Because I've been there, done that kind of thing. I'll have to try somewhere different before coming back.
Yeah, I mean, spending the money though is like the main thing that I would want to go again is because in Japan you don't really get all the players congregating to one country of Japan. The major world tournaments is usually at EVO, and that's where all the Japanese, Korean, British, European.
I want to go to Japan mainly for fighting games though.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, actually, Genius has got a good question. How can UK and EU level up their hype game? You know what? That is going to be really bloody hard because the problem is because when I went to CEO, a lot of people there, they were actually spectators. They weren't... Well, actually, I don't know. That's a loose term because some of the people that were spectating, they definitely were players and stuff like that. But there were actually more spectators than actual players. But the problem with our tournament at the moment is most of our tournaments, the majority of the people there, they're actually players themselves. And
that actually makes it really easy, though. The way that you level up your hype games, you get more people into the room.
Yeah.
It seems as simple as that.
Yeah.
Whether they're spectators or players or what.
Yeah, but again, I'm basing my experience on what I saw at CEO, where you just think about it. Again, simple things like lighting. That's the reason why I was so influenced by their CEO lighting. The fact that you can see all this crap. Because at CEO you could obviously see things like Alex Jabali's really pretentious entry into the ring and all those and stuff like that. And you can just zero in the crowd and they're holding up their big photographs of body bag. And again, if you're actually at the event themselves, again, it was just like being at a WWE event. It's a case of I was just thinking to myself when I was there because I was at the ringside. It's like, damn, we're never gonna have this.
Well,
we need some of those anime.
The camera game is on point as well. They seem to catch all the really cool hype moments in the crowd, and they really know what they're doing in terms of the media side of things as well, which is something that I think overall the UK at least is still working on. We're definitely not there yet.
Oh, that's a good question. Volkmare asks, he doesn't think that the US hype style really goes with the UK personality. I mean, that is kind of true. We don't really do that stuff. That is a typically American thing with the the big giant hands and shit like that. We by and large. No, we do get hype at our games because don't get us wrong. We went to hype spotting and we had the world star. So we still got our own kind of hype and stuff like that. But again, to match the hype that I saw at CEO and probably EVO, that's gonna be tricky. That's what I'm thinking at least.
It'll take a while. We're still in our infancy, and the US is really they're there already, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, it's kind of worth discussing. Any comments about the so-called VXG qualifiers and you people not getting it because
Oh yeah, I read about that. For people who don't have all the information, if you go to armshouse.tv, Goukifafa put together a little statement detailing a lot of the information together because obviously he helped run the qualifier in the first place. Basically, it's just saying that the sponsor, which is the airline, which is supposed to fly out these players from the EU, has pulled out or unable to provide flights at this moment in time. So they say that they're trying to work on a different solution at this moment in time, but with it being a week away now, no, everyone doubts it.
At the very least, it doesn't, from what the statement read and from what I've heard so far, it doesn't seem like it was like a Triforce fault.
No.
It seems like it was a sponsor fault.
We'll never know.
But, I mean,
Illuminati, we don't know. We can only speculate.
Yeah.
We can only speculate. But I just take the word for it.
Yeah, but you got a bit. The reason why a lot of people are upset, and rightly so, is because people like White Black, they paid a lot of money just to get to London for those qualifiers, but apparently, according to the statement and what's been said on Twitter, they are going to be reimbursed and stuff. And I think Rolando said or something like that he would he was going to get a representative to I don't know, irritatingly enough, I actually didn't realise he was actually not just talking to me, he was also talking to Walter, so I kind of thought at the time, oh, was he talking about my show? Or, because, he said if he wanted to put a representation to clear that up, so he hasn't gotten back to me, and I should have asked Walter whether or not he was talking to him, but anyway, it's I think the subject's already dealt with now, so we'll just move on, but it's not a good look, let's put it that way, it's not a good look, if you do qualifiers, you kind of should honour them. But there were a lot of questions I wanted to know, like how Kane Blue River sort of had this misunderstanding that he was... he said that he was invited to go over to the VXG, but apparently he was only just simply invited and he was expected to make it by his own means. So I'm just thinking, that must have been some kind of a weird statement then. So again, I wanted to clear that. So it was only just going to be that question of how did Kane Blue River... was under the mistaken impression that he was going to be flown out there when he wasn't really, and what happened with the sponsors and that, but...
We'll never know that.
Well, maybe, but anyway. Okay, in that case,
Although, funny enough, according to Twitter, Keane's still going. I'm not too sure if the XG is supplying her flight, but shout-outs to Keane looking better on the beach than Black or Kane Blue River.
Okay, all right, one last one before we close up then. Who can be the Ultra Chen of the UK? Well, obviously that's not me, because my show is sort of borderline on the On Blast show most of the time, which it's not meant to be, by the way, since I actually do try to be objective.
It'd be cool if the UK
and Chrome Alchemist. That's my vote anyway. Yeah.
He's not so much an Ultra Chen, but he could be one part of the duo of the UK equivalent. Yeah.
Okay, well, other than that, we kind of do need more well, actually, no, real talk. We do kind of need more shows that do sort of, well, for one of a better term, educate what the hell is going on. Because literally the other day I was speaking to a TO, and it was like, apparently he had never heard of Versus Scotland or Super Minor Battle Farms or Manchester Battle Arena. And I'm thinking to myself, you what? And this TO has been in the scene for like years. And you just kind of think, already there's a sort of a mass ignorance there. And you just kind of think...
Who's this?
Name and shame.
It'll be a nice conversation we'll have after. I'll have after I turn the stream off. But the whole point is, we can have content, but at the same time, if nobody watches it or are even interested in finding out, then yeah. But for real, so again, we do definitely need more shows that will at least tell what the rest of the other UK is getting on.
The UK just needs to learn how to travel. That's the problem. I mean, like if you if you live in a hole all your time, you're never gonna know what's out there. From what the fighting game scene is and you know what EVO is, you should know what's in the UK. And at the very least, freaking Scotland, you should know has a scene.
Nah, but again, there's a lot of mad ignorance, and it's like, you know, even when I was like on the EVO stream, people were like saying, oh, there's nothing going on in London, and you know, but Blaze Blue, and I was pointing out, dude, there's like a stream every damn Wednesday playing Blaze Blue and stuff like that. And he said, oh, do you know anything about Injustice? I said, well, yeah, there's actually something going on in Injustice as well, funny enough, happening on a Wednesday. So again, you do actually think our media is a lot more important than people make it out to be. And again, if my show, not just saying, could at least educate people to the other half of what's happening. But again, the problem I've got with my show at the moment is when I do a show about Tekken people, the only people that watch it are Tekken people. You know, all the Marvel heads will just tune out. And then when I do a show about Marvel heads, all the Marvel heads will only tune in. And again, it's a sort of... So my problem I've got from experience is I'll do the content, but if anybody watches it, that's another problem. That's another question altogether.
I have a solution for that problem, which I'll talk about after this as well.
All right, then, cool. Anyway, guys, is that it? Is this the last questions, or can we shut down then? Come on, guys. 30 seconds.
I'm going to sleep.
All right. Then that's it. All that's left to do is thank you for thank you, my guest, for coming and go. So Matt, as always, thanks for coming on my show, man.
No problem. Cheers for having me on, dude.
And
Matt's gone. He's sleepy.
And Yingah, again, I've done bare shows. This is like the 28th episode. This is only the second time you've ever been on my show.
Yeah.
I've got to sort that out. And as per usual, thank you very much, Justin, as well.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
And New Street Station still sucks, but anyway.
Nah, man, it's sick now. We're good.
I bet. Anyway, let me just mute my guest, and we'll do the regular plug bit. Anyway, guys, if you like to follow and subscribe, this was obviously the People's Channel. The VOD is going to appear on channel article 12. I said something about adding likes to the video and ghost chili peppers, which I haven't actually uploaded that other video, so just for the hell of it, although just slightly higher, if we get 40 likes, I will eat a ghost chili pepper, and you will see the results of that video. I'm just curious whether or not likes actually make a bloody difference, because I'm not pretty sure they do. Because I just remember there's this mad commentator saying, oh, please like my video. If likes make no difference whatsoever, then I'll stop begging for likes. But anyway, just for the hell of it, if I get 40 likes, I will eat a ghost chili pepper. But anyway, and you can also follow me on was it on Twitter? Was it General Skirmish? But anyway, guys, catch you guys later. Peace.